is worried that perhaps they are a little bit too guarded and maybe being a bit too picky or selective. I think there's some indecision here because you know that the person that you're dealing with has a good heart or is a good person, but this is saying that you are better off just as friends. So, whatever the conversation looks like between you and this person, it feels like you're trying to understand why you don't want something more, or you're trying to like look the other way regarding something, an attribute that doesn't really align. So, let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find it in the description box along with more information on how to become a member, as well as how to find my Etsy shop if you're interested in a homemade soy candle. Let's dive in with, we're going to go with the Marigold Tarot. What else do you need to know about this better off as friends? So for some of you, you may not have had the conversation yet. Some of you, this is maybe even coming through as a little bit confusing, but I feel like all of a sudden you've got someone who has been, a friend, and you didn't think there was anything romantic, or, like you didn't think they were attracted to you. All of a sudden they make clear, no, I feel like we should consider whether or not we should date. So keep that in mind. This could be something that has not really been revealed to you yet, but this is someone who I do think that there is like a little bit of guilt here. Like, maybe I should be in love with this person, or maybe I should be interested in this person, but the Page of Cups is in the reverse. So I feel like there is no physical attraction, or there is just like a resistance to it, and I feel like you either are upset with yourself or you feel guilty telling this person that your preferences or what you're looking for when it comes to a long-term relationship, it just doesn't seem like this person could offer that. So you might feel like, I don't know, awkward, or like there's a lot of tension because you feel like there should be, like, I should love this person, but I don't. I don't want that. Hello, Robbie. Hello, Bat. How you doing? So we have the Four of Swords. I do think there is, I need a little bit of time to myself, but there's also someone who could be trying to manipulate you. This wants to be more than friends individual is not necessarily above emotional manipulation. So that could be why you're feeling guilty. It could be that you're looking at this as, I don't know, maybe I should look the other way or ignore my intuition. And that's never really a good idea, is it? So I think there's, for many of you, this is about to happen. And also there could be like I've gone on a date, or I've been thinking about getting into a relationship, and I just don't think that we have that chemistry. It's normal to feel a little bit uncomfortable telling someone that you're not into them, but this is one of those things where it could turn into a problem if you cannot communicate your emotions effectively. And I feel like it's one of those things where better to just rip the band-aid off than mislead someone. Let's see what else we've got. This is the Energy Oracle. Hey, Sojo. I understand that's possibly how you view it, but if you would like to comment in my live chat, I'm going to ask that you be respectful. Okay? Hello, Derek. Or Daryl. I think we've done this before. Let's not do that, okay? I think you should be able to love who you want as long as it's consensual, all right? But I don't think you need to be putting that in the live chat, okay? We have contract and hostilities. I just feel like someone's making you feel guilty for not wanting more. And you're nervous that, or you're going to be, if you reject this person, is it going to turn into like an emotional, stressful situation? So I do feel like we have someone who's looking at this and thinking, I know what I want or I know what I don't want, but I feel like I have to be strategic about how I deal with this. I feel like I have to, like step very carefully and avoid whatever drama I can. This is the Stained Glass Tarot. What else do we have? Eight of Wands in the reverse and the Five of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, if you can tell that there is nothing between the two of you, or if you are, hearing a confession from a friend and you know in your heart of hearts that's not something that you would want to pursue, don't second guess that. Because it's like, I feel like I have to withhold this. I don't know if I'm going to lose my friend. I don't know, maybe I need to like give them a shot. But I think you know that this is something that is not going to be romantic. Page of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Swords in the reverse, Nine of Pentacles, trust your intuition. So sometimes it's difficult to communicate how you're feeling or what you want because you don't know how someone's going to respond, or you worry about what you could potentially lose if you're honest. But it's looking like it would be worse if you kind of sidestep the question or lead this person on. So the recommendation here is to do what you can to be honest with yourself about how you feel and not get like talked into a relationship that you don't want, or a date that you think is not really what you want. Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Yeah. Isn't that a beautiful card? Look at that. So the Six of Pentacles can be about giving to two people, or it can be like charitable, right? Don't do this person a favor by going out on a date when you know that it's not something that you actually are interested in. With the Eight of Cups, this is saying walk away when you know that it's not the right thing for you. Hello, Monique. I hope you do as well. We've got the Emperor in the reverse and Justice in the reverse. I don't like that because this is really giving off manipulative energies. I don't even know if you should be friends with this person if that's what they're trying to do here. It's like they know what they're doing, making it seem like, no one else would be into me. I'm so glad that you are. Or maybe they're love bombing. Five of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. This could even be someone who's saying like, now that we've had this particular like flirtation, or now that we've kissed, I don't think I could go back to being friends. So it's like they're basically saying, if you reject me romantically, there's no friendship left there anyways. This is a little bit rough, man. All right, let's get a few from the love messages of the mermaids. Hello, Jubilee. How are you doing? What else do we have? Communication. You got to be honest about how you feel. Let this person know it's not your thing. Discernment. You know that there's more of a platonic energy here, not something romantic. This is the Cats Rule the Earth. Hello, Pauline. How are you doing? I hope the buffet was amazing, Erin. How are we doing? We have the King of Cups and the Six of Swords. And the Six of Cups. I don't know, man. This is interesting because I feel like there's another person watching. I feel like there's someone you do actually have an interest in romantically that is aware of this friend pursuing you. And they're watching, trying to figure out if it's going to actually like grow into a relationship. I think this is someone you do have a chance having a healthy relationship with and you do see romantically. And if you get caught up in this platonic, but let's like see if there's anything connection, then you miss out on this King of Cups. The King of Cups does not need to be a man, by the way. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Six of Wands in the reverse. So don't waste your time trying to get into a connection or like convince yourself that you should be into somebody that you're not. There's literally someone else who's interested in you, wondering if you're really into that friend or not, and you could miss out on that opportunity. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, so it's like an obstacle to the relationship that you're actually meant to be in, or the person who really would be a good fit for you. Temperance. They see you as exactly what they've been looking for, but they're waiting to hear what actually happens between you and this friend. Hello, want money. That's funny. Hello, Kenneth. How are you doing? Hey, Monique, if you would like me to do a question for you, please attach it to a super chat. For those of you that are new to the channel, we're about 13 minutes in, and at about 30 or 35 minutes in, I start personal questions with priority to those who have tipped or donated a membership to someone else. So we have Six of Pentacles in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles. Do not spend time trying to convince yourself that you're into somebody, because it's going to result in some awkward realities. Number one, I think it's only going to make things worse with the friend that you're not actually interested in, right? Instead of being honest with them. But number two, there is literally someone else who they're interested in monogamy, right? They're not interested in you or themselves dating a bunch of people at the same time. So if they see that you are involved with this person you should just be friends with, they're not going to come forward. They're not going to express their interest in you. Ace of Swords, Nine of Wands. Yeah, they're keeping that truth hidden because they're not interested in like muddying the waters or making things more difficult. Hello, Lemonade. What's going on? Hello, Layla. How are you doing today? Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. Lots of air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So this is a stress or like an underlining message of it's time to communicate. It's time to say, I don't know if this is actually going to work out. I think we're better off as friends. And if you do that, if you communicate that, then we have somebody else who's like, oh, okay, well, if that's over, if that's not what you're looking for, then maybe I actually have a shot and I will confess my feelings to you. But if you are still interested or tied up with someone else, I'm not going to communicate that. Hello, Leah. How are you doing? About you can't stop thinking about him? And I'm guessing you want to know if he's also. Oops. So we'll see what's going on in the person you're thinking about in their energy. We're at about 15, almost to 16 minutes, so about halfway through the reading, the general reading. All right, this is the Earth and Bone Oracle. What else do we have? Adversary. Adversary? I think that's how you're supposed to say it. Hard work, diligence, progress, challenges, and adversity. Apprentice, higher education, knowledge, beliefs, and wisdom. Yeah. Because they know what's going on with regards to somebody else being interested in you, they're like politely withholding their confession. They're not looking to start any drama by confessing their emotions for you when you're caught up in trying to figure out whether or not to be friends with someone. Wisdom, advancement, independent thinking, and enlightenment. The owl, number 36. Yeah, I think this King of Cups is emotionally mature and capable of, respect, strong communication. And that's why they're trying to make sure that they hold off their flirtatious conversation with you until they know what's going on, or rather, until they know that you're not going to be dating this other person. I work every day, almost. But thank you, Erin. Hello, Urban Walker. How are you doing? Yeah, it looks like we've got someone who has to realize that in order to not miss out on a great love interest, they need to be honest with themselves about whether or not there's anything real between them and someone that they should really just be friends with. Now, this could be someone who is this just got a little bit scandalous. Some of you may have been caught up in a situationship with this friend, or some of you may find this friend very physically attractive, but you know that when it comes to other matters of the heart, it's not going to work out. But we have someone who's lying to themselves and saying, oh, this will work out. Maybe we just need to have more conversations. Maybe I just need to express this particular thing. Hello again, Gab. How are you doing? Al and I just had a deep combo. What is the vibe? Thank you for the tip. I've added that for you. Oh, that's not a bother. Hello, Seeker. How are you doing? So we've got the wishing well and the home. See, there's someone here who has like insight into your drama, into your being pursued by a friend. And they acknowledge that other people view this as, the ideal relationship, just as they do. Oh, thank you, Lemonade. I appreciate that. Oh, look at it, Gab. You got a free membership. Lemonade, let me know if I can pull some cards for you. So they're just sitting here trying to see what's going to happen, trying to be respectful, right? Like, are you actually into this person? Are you going to get into a relationship with them? Or are you like, available? I need to know. They don't know how to figure this out. Just like asking you directly, I guess. Maybe they do. They feel like they can pick up on what's going on with this other person. Sounds good, Lemonade. So once we get towards like the 30-minute mark, I will figure out how to hand that off. All right, so we have the Nine of Wands, Judgment in the reverse, Ten of Wands, and the World in the reverse. There's a risk here that if you take too long to make your decision regarding the person that you should just be friends with, that the King of Cups is going to lose interest or feel like it was a waste of their time, feel like it was probably just not in the cards or not going to happen, and they're going to give up. So this is why we have to be decisive in dating, right? If it's not something that could be a long-term future and that's what you're looking for, then you don't want to get caught up trying to make excuses for or just like falling in love with potential, right? So there is a happy, healthy relationship waiting for you, but it does require that you let go of trying to make something work that isn't going to work. Trying to make a connection feel less platonic and more romantic when you know that that's not really how you feel. This is the situations deck. Good luck, Aaron. All right. What else do we have? Focused, eyes for you, fascinated, and watching. Love affair, hamster wheel. Yeah, so this isn't what you actually want long term. I do think that there's a difference in terms of what kind of lifestyle you want to live, or maybe it's like how you approach work, how you approach family, how you approach friends. There's something that seems to just be like not aligned between you and the person that you were meant to be friends with. But there is, I think, at least physical attraction. I do feel like there could be, you know, some making out or some boots and knocking. And this person who's actually got an interest and I think offers more of what you're looking for in a relationship, they're over here like, man, I guess I don't really have a chance. Hello, John. How are you doing? So this is somebody who's asking, you know, like, are you ever going to end that connection, or is it, you know, enough for you to be in a situationship? Don't you want something that is a little bit more long term? Because until I know that you are like no longer getting on with your friend, I don't feel comfortable confessing my feelings. Because I don't know if you've already, or if you are, you know, like in love, or if you're catching feelings for that friend, because you sit and flirty. You know, there's definitely some knowledge here that you all hang out, probably naked. But if it's not something you could do long term, the message is pretty clear. It's time to end that and avoid getting caught up, avoid losing out on this opportunity to actually be with this King of Cups who you would want a long-term relationship with, because you ended up dealing with somebody who, I don't think I want to be in a relationship, but I like how you look naked. That's not enough. This is the Burning Hearts Love Oracle. What else do we have? I'm ready for commitment. And I'm on my way to you. They want to confess their emotions. They're just real nervous they'd be stepping on someone else's toes. I'm afraid that I've lost you forever. They're worried you're going to get into a long-term commitment with this friend and they won't ever have the opportunity to confess their feelings. The distance between us kills me. I don't want to be toxic anymore. I should have fought for you. I think when you let this person know that you should just be friends and that you need something more than that physical intimacy, it causes some strain on the friendship or the connection, of course. And this person you should just be friends with is going to try to convince you to not end this situationship. Because to them, it does feel like there's some emotions, but I think you know it's not going to go somewhere or any, long distance relationship that wouldn't happen. I've been watching your socials and admiring your pictures. I don't know how to handle my emotions right now. I want to treat you the way you deserve. So it's like you're settling for a situationship or you're settling for some physical intimacy, and this admirer of yours is wondering, would you actually let me offer some emotional intimacy, and like, would you actually consider a real relationship, or are you just like, are you okay with how things are between you and this friend? Hello, Just Jokes. How are you doing? Hello, S. Rawls. How are you doing? Hello, school. Welcome back. Let's see. What do we have? Where did it go? No, not that one. We'll go with the Romance Angel Oracle. What else do we have? Hello, Emergency. How are you doing? Hello, Adnan. What's up? Calling in your soulmate. So you've been manifesting someone who is good for you, but you're a little too caught up in the physical attraction, some situationship where you don't actually have that emotional potential. And you might be too distracted to realize that it's time to let go of that situationship or that physical connection in favor of an emotional connection. Chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. You might be conflating the physical attraction with the emotional connection. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek, or they already know who you are anyways. And it's saying that you have attracted romantic love. So don't get distracted or, fixated on the physical attraction you might have with someone and miss out on the real happy, healthy relationship you could have with the other one. Where are we at? Yeah, we'll do the Spanish tarot. Hello, Lou. How are you doing? What else do we have? Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Wands in the reverse, and the Lovers in the reverse. Yeah, this is a big old warning that you're about to lose out on a great relationship because you're distracted by someone who's like convenient for now. Like, oh, that's fine. We can go on dates or whatever and like knock boots, but like I know that it's not going to turn into anything serious. Getting caught up in that connection or allowing it to take up your time and energy is literally preventing someone from confessing their emotions to you or someone pursuing you for a real relationship. And I feel like whoever I'm reading for, you want to be in a real relationship, but you're a little bit distracted by someone who's attractive. World in the reverse, the Two of Swords in the upright, and the Fool in the reverse. So recognize that this is a crossroads. This is not just, business as usual, no big deal, average, like Tuesday, Thursday, whatever. there is actually something really amazing about to be delivered or about to like knock on your door. And there's a risk that you're missing out on it because you're distracted by someone who's, yeah, at least they're hot, but like, I don't want to be with them. Queen of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Wands, and the Sun. So it's time to make this known, or, you know, make your intentions known. Make it clear you just want to be friends with this person that you don't have a long-term connection with. Because if you don't, it's going to put this King of Cups into a spot where basically they sour on the idea of being with you because you're caught up with somebody else. Yep, the King of Cups. King of Cups wants to confess, but they won't until they know that you're actually available. Hello, Cavante. How are you doing? Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello, Loretta. I hope you find some quesadillas, Mario. I don't agree with that. But, you know, to each their own. Like to, what? I don't know what that is, Yazar. Hello, Hamza. I know you've been in my live chat before, and I've asked you please to call me Carmen, okay? Hello, Fire Tiger. How are you doing? Let's move on to personal questions. We're going to start with Leia. Can't stop thinking about him. What does Leia need to know about the person that Leia is not able to stop thinking about? What does Leia need to know? Is this person also thinking of Leia? Yes, they are thinking of you as well. Wow, 2 6s. Something could happen as far as communication in June. But we have someone who right now is feeling like they need to work on bringing down the walls that they've built around them. So you may have felt like this person was emotionally distant, or they may feel that you were. King of Swords in the reverse, the Hermit in the reverse, and the Four of Wands. This is someone who knows that they need to work on their perspective or how they view things. We have the Sun, and it's decidedly sideways. I don't normally look at cards that way, but this is someone who is working on getting enlightened, working on the things that they need to acknowledge or know. They're not there yet. Does this person have good intentions? Yes, but they need to stop self-sabotaging, or they need to deal with insecurity or confidence issues. This is making it pretty much impossible for the two of you to understand each other, right? So yes, this person is thinking about you, but it is necessary for there to be a period of separation where learning can happen, or appreciation for a different perspective can take root. So allow for that distance or that separation, because it's going to help this person see things differently, right? Nope, I'm a human. Yes, I do sell candles. If you look in the description box, there is a link for my Etsy shop if you'd like to. I only ship within the US. I should probably mention that. Let's see. Leia, good luck with that. Time is on your side. It just asks for a little bit of patience. Let's see. Let's see what we've got for Gab. Yeah, just so you can see, this is the candle before it's lit. But I also like to make big ones for myself. That's a 16-ounce one. I don't sell those. Those I make for me because they're a bigger pain to actually like sell and ship. My apologies. But you know, if we're friends, then I'll give you one. Gab is asking about the deep conversation that Al and Gab had. What is the vibe? How is Al feeling after the deep conversation, please? Temperance, peaceful. The Fool in the reverse, acknowledging that something could have been handled better. Six of Swords in the reverse. I know that I made things worse, or I know that I could have said that in a better way. But we have, it's like it's bookended by loving, peaceful energy. So this is seemingly like progress, right? Like accountability. I see that this could have been said differently or done differently. But we also have suspension in the reverse and the master. The master would be like the devil card, right? And suspension in the Hocus Pocus tarot deck is death. So there is a fixation or an obsession with not letting this end. And with the Six of Candles, a fixation on making sure this is going to work out. So what are the intentions of Al, please? Five of Lightning or Five of Swords in the reverse, and the Three of Candles or Three of Wands. Trying to take action to make things right. What can I do to improve upon this? What can I do to treat you better? Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Happy Mother's Day. Oh, that's cool. Good luck with that. Definitely appreciate Egyptian things. And my friend also randomly found this Egyptian money on the floor, moving into a new apartment, and gave it to me, which I think is pretty cool. Strength in the reverse and the Empress. So, Gab, there is still some healing that needs to happen, but there are good intentions. I know that I need to work on things, and, like we both do, right? But there is respect and appreciation at the core of these intentions or feelings. So I do feel like progress has been made. Anything else Gab needs to know? 10 of Lightning or 10 of Swords in the reverse, recovery. Things are moving up. Things are getting better. I like that. Hopefully you feel that way too. All right. Let's see what we have for a freebie out there. Thank you to Lemonade. Latte. I don't see any requests for a free question. You're welcome, Gab. No problem. Anybody have a question they would like me to pull some cards for? Lemonade has already paid for a freebie, so the first one to say, Indra said, can I ask? Yes, Indra, I just asked that you say thank you to Lemonade for donating, but then let me know what your question is. And sorry, I call him Lemonade. You don't have to call him Lemonade. What were you going to ask, Indra? Oh, all right. Indra, I'm going to knock out this one for Pulu first. Information about yourself. Oh, no, you're good. I don't think well, he should decide that, but I don't think he got offended. What does Pulu need to know about themselves? King of Swords. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So, Pooh, you're coming through as heavy on the air energy, which is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have that astrological sign in your chart. It's more so telling me that you rely on facts, evidence, truth, proof. And with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, there is a situation approaching you, or maybe you're already in it, that calls for you to use your intelligence and your intuition. The power that you can have when you combine both of those is superior to just relying on the facts. Now, we also have two nines, so I do feel like something important, very important in your life is going to happen in September. And this could be kind of a heads up that you need to take the next couple of months here to hone your skills with regards to the intuition, because that's going to come in particularly like necessary for something that's happening in September. Ace of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Because if you rely exclusively on evidence and the facts right in front of you, you are going to miss the thing that you actually need to know. So get comfortable with that intuition. Look, I fully appreciate truth, cold hard facts. Tell me, like, show me some receipts, right? But your intuition improves the more that you count on it and use it and rely on it. And you need to have like a little bit of a boot camp the next couple of months, so that you can leverage your intelligence in addition to your intuition. What is this thing that's going to happen in September, please? A decision where you don't have all the information. It's a math problem without all the pertinent details, right? How can you actually get the answer for this particular question when you don't know how many oranges you started with? You know, you're going to have a problem that you need to fix and you won't have all the details. You're going to need to use your intuition. And with the moon, you have a strong intuition. It will guide you through this. But without it, you're going to probably make the wrong decision. So Seven of Cups in the reverse, you gain clarity through your intuition, but only if over the next couple of months you incorporate that into your like daily living and your daily habits. Trust your intuition more and it will protect you in September. Let's see. Indra's asking how to approach Maritza. Hello, Betty. How are you doing? There's a big decision you're going to have to make in September. But you have time to work on your intuition leading up to that point. All right. How does Indra need to approach Maritza, please? What is the best way for Indra to approach Maritza? Wow, Two of Cups. Ten of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. It's really important for you to have a slower pace than what you want. Starting as friends and then elevating to more romantic. So this to me is like a natural progression, getting to know someone without it being a pressure, like a dating app situation where you get to know each other, you have some friendly conversation, make each other laugh, or you find out you agree on something. Ten of Cups, and then you get that sense of comfort, or man, you kind of feel like home. This is like more than just friendship, and then that turns into that long-term opportunity. But if there is a fast pace to this, if you try to just dive in with the, I think we should like, you know, hang out and like get married and stuff, it's not going to work out. Three of Cups in the reverse, Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Pentacles. There is somebody that Maritza is needing to process, like forgive and let go. So I feel like emotionally, Maritza's not available right now. Might think that, yeah, I am. I could get into another relationship, but then it would just be undermined by the lingering feelings and the problems associated with that previous relationship. So It's kind of looking like you would be the person that kind of offers the assist as Maritza lets go of this past situation or this past problem, and fully heals from that so that there is a genuine readiness to be in a relationship. So the pacing is really important. Thank you. I appreciate that. I asked, and it's just that you have a very important decision, and you would likely make the wrong choice if you are not using your intuition. We'll put it that way. Hello, Tango. How are you doing? You're welcome, Indra. Hello, Jamaica. I hope you're having a good day. All right, I'm going to leave it there, y'all. I will see you on the next reading. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. And I'll see you later. Toodles.